Hi all, welcome to Competition Exam Cracker. In this video, we'll be covering the 15th part of Barron's 800 words with easy to remember images series. And in this video, we'll be covering 20 more words to complete 300 words in the series. So if you want to watch the other videos as well, so kindly visit to the channel and watch the entire playlist. So moving ahead in the session. So 281st word that we have is eugenic, which means to study of a factor that influence the hereditary qualities of human race and ways to improve those qualities. So to remember this word, आप इनको break कर सकते हो and consider one word as EU and other as genics, very similar to genital. And EU में there are a lot of human races and people, so उनका genital study करना. So through that you can remember it really well. And also, if you ignore EU, so still genics is easier to make you feel about genital. So you can remember it in that way as well. Moving to the next word. Next word that we have is eulogy, which means a high praise to a dead person. So again, इस EU से हम यूरोपियन यूनियन को ही कंसिडर करेंगे एंड लॉजी को एज अ लोग पढ़ेंगे. सो EU के जो फाउंडर लोग थे, सो दे आर डेड नाउ, but still people praise them because they have established European Union. So you can remember it in that way. Ki eulogy means high praise to a dead person. Moving to the next word. So next word that we have is euphemism, which means use of agreeable or inoffensive language in place of offensive language. So again, आप इसको break करके याद रख सकते हो, wherein the first word you consider as European Union and second you consider as fame, that is FAME. Both sound in a similar manner. So before European Union was formed, so countries in Europe was fighting for their dominance, and we can consider this as unagreeable or offensive kind of language. So they are brutally having war against each other. So they are using offensive language or they are unagreeing on certain aspect. So when European Union was established, so उन लोग को एक positive fame मिला because they started using inoffensive language to each other. So European Union को fame कब मिला? When they started using inoffensive language. So with that cooked up story, you can remember it really well. Moving to the next word. Next is euphoria, which means feeling of extreme happiness. And again, you can remember it with the help of European Union. तो हिंदी में एक वर्ड होता है फूडी, दैट्स वेल सर्टेन पोर्शन ऑफ योर बॉडी. सो आप उससे इसको रिलेट कर सकते हो कि व्हेन यूरोपियन यूनियन गेट्स फूडी, सो पीपल आर एक्सट्रीमली हैप्पी बिकॉज यूरोपियन कंट्री had ruled many of the countries and killed many of their citizens. So when European Union is in trouble, so world is happy. So through that you can remember. Again, don't consider European Union negatively. We are just referring it for the sake of learning. Moving to the next word. Next is euthanasia, which means mercy killing. And again, we can remember it by breaking this word. So first word will be EU, that is European Union. Second will be tha, that is past tense. Third is Asia. So when European Union was in Asia, so when European countries was in Asia, so they did a lot of killing. So they were merciless enough to kill people. So through that we can remember that when European Union was in Asia, so they killed a lot of people mercilessly. So euthanasia means mercy killing. So believe me, I covered 5 EU word with European Union, and if you are connecting with those emotions, so it make it very easy to remember for a longer time. Otherwise, these 5 words are very confusing to one another and little complicated to learn. So moving to the next word. Next is evidence, which means to reveal the presence of or indicate. So we have to play around this word so that we can remember it really well. So EV you can consider is as evening, and inse, this is a Hindi word. So when you are telling someone ki evening inse hai, so you are indicating to that person that he or she is very important for that evening or kind of that thing. So you are indicating something, so you can relate it. So I agree that it is little complicated, but once you are able to do, then it is a long time word to remember. Moving to the next word. Next is evocative, which means to bring a strong image, memory or feelings to the mind. So आप इसको ऐसे याद रख सकते हो कि something that vocate you, जो आपको बोलने पे फोर्स कर रहा है, मजबूर कर रहा है. So those kind of feeling or memory is related to evocative. So if you are connecting it with that story, so it is very easy word to remember. Moving to the next word. Next is exacerbate, which means to aggravate or make worse. So if you carefully watch this word, so there is a X, which means past. Other is Acer, which is a brand of laptop or computer. Next is bad. So when you hit your bat on your X Acer laptop, then it make it worse, which means that your laptop was lagging, and now as it is hidden by your bat, so it is not working at all. So you have aggravated the situation and you have made the laptop worse than it was ever before. So आप ऐसे इसको याद रख सकते हो. Moving to the next word. Next is exact. So it is very widely used word, which means not approximated in any way or precise. So I don't think you need any assistance to remember this word. Moving to the next word. Next is exculpate, which means to clear of the blame or vindicate. So अगर आप इसको carefully पढ़ो, so first word is X and second is culpate. So culpate is sounding as culprit. So you can consider it as culprit, and culprit is X. So culprit is past culprit. So he committed some crime, but now he is free from that crime. So through that you can remember. Moving to the next word. Next is execrable, which means detestable or abhorrent. So if you focus on this word, so ये दो हिस्सों में है. First is exe, next is scrabble. If you know, तो exe is a kind of file which is executable. So most of your application and software are in exe file, and other is crab. So you can again take the water image of B to make it crab. So जब आप execute कर रहे हो to remove all the crabs, so you are finding something which is detestable, या फिर जो बहुत ही भद्दा है, बहुत ही बुरा है. So you can connect it with that. So execrable means detestable or abhorrent. Moving to the next word. Next is exhort, which means to urge by a strong appeal. And you can remember this with the help of this image, where fielding team is appealing that batsman is out. Or otherwise, you can just break this word into two parts. First is X, other is hot. So you are considering your X as hot. It is a urge of a strong appeal that he or she is your X now. So with that also you can remember it really well. Moving to the next word. Next is exigency, which means crisis or a urgent requirement. So exigency is also sounding similar as urgency. So you can replace exigency as urgency and remember both this word. Otherwise, you can also relate to this picture, or you can break this word into two parts. The first being the exit and second being the gents. So when does gents exit? जब उनको bathroom जाना होता है. So with that, you can remember this word. Moving to the next word. So next word that we have is existential, which means pertaining to existence. So it is a widely used word. So I don't think you need any assistance on this word. Moving to the next word. Next is exorcise, which means to expel evil spirit or free from bad influence. So आप इसको exercise से connect कर सकते हो, wherein in case of exercise आप body की बुरी चीजें निकाल रहे हो, that is fat, cholesterol and everything. And in case of exorcise आप mind की evil चीजें निकाल रहे हो, that is spirit and all. So you can connect it with exercise and remember it really well. Moving to the next word. Next is expiate, which means to speak or write at a length. So you can break this word and understand it as ex-pati as a husband. So when you are asking a girl about her ex-husband, so she can either speak or write at a length about them. So with that, you can remember this word. Moving to the next word. So next word that we have is expatriate, which means a person who lives outside their native country or to send into exile. So आप इसको as a पटरी से याद रख सकते हो. So normally trains run on railway line and that railway lines is known as पटरी in Hindi. So आप अगर इसको पटरी से याद रख रहे हो, so rail is easy to connect and people use railway to move from one location to another. So from their native location to another location. So through that you can remember it. Moving to the next word. Next is expiate, which means to atone for or make amend or reparation for. So you can break it into three parts. First is X, other is P, third is 8. So you can consider this P as pina, which means drinking. So you have drank and eaten everything about your ex, and you are ready to amend your life here on. So with that, you can remember ki you have closed your book about your ex and you are ready to amend everything from now on. So you can relate it with that. Moving to the next word. Next is explicate, which means to explain, interpret, or clarify. So again, if you observe this word, so explain and complicate ka combination dikh raha hai. So you are explaining something which is complicated enough. So you can easily come down to a conclusion of explanation. So moving to the next word. Next is expository, which means explanatory. So exposing means you are exposing an information to a people. So you are letting them know. And explanatory is also same, which makes people understand. So you can relate both these words. So with that, we have concluded 15th part of Barron's 800 words with easy to remember images series. If you are enjoying and learning from these videos, so kindly like, share, and subscribe. And do visit to our channel to cover all the words of Barron 800 series. So with that note, stay tuned to the channel and keep learning.